It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' sure-handed wide receiver. He had a busy week last week, finishing with over 170 yards. It's the Raiders and the Broncos. All that and more coming up next.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with they don't start very fast. The first quarter's really been an issue for them. They've got to learn to get out of the gates quicker in order to try and win some games.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On second down, here's Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 13 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers. He certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. If you look at this Bronco defense, they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
get a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
The Raiders at 5-1 here in this early part of the season, and they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down in midfield.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
The first down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Gets it out wide quickly. Burks with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Zeke going to get it on the option. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That good for 22 and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Now it's Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now it's Wilson. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. Gets through and now an opening. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he'll be brought down at the 27. Here's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Williams. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And it gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Williams again. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. A quick throw out right here. He's got it complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On the option, here's Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw, Hall. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 39. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Here's the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Zeke going to get it on the option. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. They go to Elliott again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll get this one to Patrick. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Here's Tommy Townsend now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
now it's Hall. He'll let this go for Adams.
It's caught inside the 25. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now Hall.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there, as the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top.
As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with
message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Rolling to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Pushing through the contact. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Out route complete to Dulcich.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now first and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So after a good run by Zeke, another first and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Wilson. A quick throw there is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. They'll start by running the option to the right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Hall. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Here's Hall. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Raiders! Traylon Burks from 3 yards out. And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That is caught, and he will have a Broncos first down as they get 5 there on 32.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
To throw again is Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wilson.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
It's caught here by Adams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Gibson.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Raiders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And coming out now, the Broncos.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. To throw is Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he gets it down to the 32.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now Hall. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. One last shot for Wilson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way